Hey, welcome to day 4 of 5 days of inspiration. Coaches get more clients with more ease and enjoyment. So how are you? Welcome. It's good to see you. If you're on YouTube, hit the subscribe button. If you are on Facebook, please give the video a heart or a like and leave me a comment. I always love to hear from you guys. So today's topic is gonna be, do you want more in your life and business? Don't shrink, okay? So do you want more out of your life and business? And that can be more clients, more joy, more expansion, more impact, more money. Well, if you do, don't shrink. And that's the topic of today's video. So I have something to share with you that you can do instead when you feel like shrinking in your business. Because let's face it, this entrepreneurial path that we are on as online coaches can be challenging, right? Let's just be real. They don't call it the entrepreneurial roller coaster for no reason. It's because there are ups and downs. It's because there are challenges. You know, I once had a coach who said, if you want the best personal development course in the world, start your own business. And I found that to be true. So let me know if you relate to this. Just put a yes in the comments if you relate to this. So there are days when we're on top of the world and we're like, yay, just signed a new client. People are loving my stuff. I'm showing up. I'm living my mission. Yay. And then the next moment it could be like, you know, a big tax bill came in, you got an internet troll and they said something about your content, or, you know, somebody wants a refund, whatever. And that is the entrepreneurial roller coaster. Now, we don't have control over those outside events that are going to happen, but we do have control over how we respond. And that in turn affects our vibration, which affects what we experience out here. So I'm going to share with you today what to do when you have experienced something triggering and everything in you just wants to shrink and hide and go to bed and watch Netflix, right? And not show up for your business. And, you know, doesn't it always happen just at a really inopportune moment? You're just in the middle of a launch, you're just about to go live and something comes in and you're like, oh, wow. And that's when we really need to lean on the faith of the universe and practice what I'm going to share with you today, okay? So look, when you are on a mission, when you are following your divine path and showing up and creating a coaching business to serve people, there are things you're going to be outside of your comfort zone a lot of the time because you are growing and you are stretching. So it's part of the course, you know, it's part of it. And like I said, things can come in, you know, maybe you get a big tax bill that you were not expecting. Maybe you encounter a toxic person or situation or relationship. And maybe you're worried about posting because of judgment from your friends and family. That's a really common one, right? I'm worried about fully showing up and being visible and speaking my truth because I know that my family and friends are watching and I'm worried of that judgment. That can be real fear for all entrepreneurs. And I think particularly for women entrepreneurs, we have the witch wound, we have, you know, a tendency, and I know, like, you know, this can be for men too, and across the board, but women especially, I've seen, have this tendency to take it in, like take the negative things in, make it mean something about us, that we are failing, and then, you know, that can lead to shame, and that can lead to hiding, right? And shrinking. And we want to get past all that, okay? Look, I'm going to say something a little bit controversial. I actually believe there is nothing wrong with Netflix and chill sometimes, right? You've had a tough day, you want to go to bed early, you want to just zone out with a little bit of Netflix. Okay, that's all right. But what we don't want to do is we don't want to prolong that, and we don't want to stop showing up in our business because of something that has happened that has maybe knocked your confidence a little bit. Okay, it's that imposter syndrome. And I literally haven't spoken to a woman entrepreneur who hasn't had some level of this throughout her journey, but we get to move past it and show up. So, you know, but what I see it happening a lot is like something will happen that knocks your confidence, and then people stop and they stop showing up and they hide. And this can look like a number of things. It can look like they stop charging what they're capable of charging, and they make excuses. They're like, oh, I just want to make it more accessible for people, or, you know, I think it's like, I just want to offer a bit low ticket. There's nothing wrong with like creating lower ticket offers or making things accessible if that is a thought out, divine led move in your business that comes from a place of expansion, that comes from a place of confidence and conviction, not when it is an excuse to shrink. Okay, and I know because I've done it, I've been there. And it can also look like, you know, just hiding out and not showing up and be visible, not doing those lives that you said you were going to do, you know, procrastination, putting it off, or I'll do it next week, and next week never comes. So it can look like hiding out, it can look like not charging what you're capable of charging, it can look like showing up with a lack of conviction. So you are showing up, and this has been me at times, right? You are showing up, but you are not feeling so confident inside, and that can come across sometimes to our audience. So that can happen too. That's shrinking can look like that too in your business. So there's all these different ways it expresses, but what I'm going to share with you right now is what to do instead. Okay, so, you know, imagine that the outside thing comes in, the situation, the negative feedback, whatever it is, right? And we feel something, don't we? We feel something. Now, we have a choice right there. Are we going to internalize that? And are we going to, and often like we don't even realize we've internalized it, but we go, and there's a certain level of like resistance and anxiety that comes with that when we're just pushing it down, right? It has affected us, but we don't want to look at it. We don't want to look at the icky feelings. So we're just like on with business. You know, and maybe we like in the evening, we're like eating a bit more junk food or drinking a bit more wine than we would normally, right? So that's when we kind of resist the thing. We don't want to do that either. So how do we like process through the emotions that get triggered when you are out there being visible, being big in the world, and creating your online coaching business? My suggestion for you is rest, don't stop. Did you hear that? I'll say it again. You can rest, you can take a break, you can go away, you can put down the computer, go for a walk, go be in nature, phone a friend, get some support, talk it through, go talk to your coach. I love to go for a walk with my dog, right? Or maybe it is like you need to just take an evening of rest and Netflix and chill. That's fine, right? So rest, but don't stop. And you want to allow yourself to connect with those icky emotions and process them through, because what we resist persists. But when we can feel that and we can go there and say, oh, this feels like in my body, you know, this feels like tension in my solar plexus, and we sit and we get real present with that feeling, and that's often enough just to shift it on through, and then you can get back on with your business, right? And I talked on Tuesday about, on day 2, about having more conviction and how to do that and how to lean on the universe in those challenging times. So you can go watch that. I recommend you do. It will help you with this as well. But rest, don't stop. And then you're going to get right back on it, because successful coaches are the ones I've seen that we're not like pushing, we're not efforting, but at the same time, when we fall off the horse, we get back on very quickly. You know, we're not like languishing for too long, okay? So it's like finding that balance between feeling the feeling and not stuffing it down, being human, And when we feel it, it can move through, because that's what emotions do. They're feelings in motion. So it can shift through, and then you can get right back on and show up and be visible. And that's what it looks like not to shrink in your business, no matter what is going on. And by the way, when we do this, this is when like all the goodies come in my experience. Is what I'm experiencing. It's like all the good stuff that you want, the more clients, the better clients, the ones that are easier to work with, the more money that you want. You know, if you want to be like full-time in your coaching business, or if you want to have your first 10K month, or your first 20 or 25K month, whatever that is for you, have that more impact, you know, have that more joy as you serve. That all comes when we do this, and we allow ourselves to be human, we allow ourselves to rest, but we don't stop. I'm going to leave you with this, right? Walk a straight path, be on your mission. That is where the strength comes from. I always like to talk about, you know, people like Mother Teresa, Gandhi, Nelson Mandela. They walked their straight path. They had conviction, right? Why? Because they were on a mission. They were on their bigger mission. It wasn't even about them as a personal little I, okay? So that's what we get to do as well. We get to do that. So don't shrink, do this instead. Give the video a like, please. Leave me a comment, let me know what you thought of today, and enjoy the other videos in this sequence. If you have loved what I've been talking about, book a call with me. I have one spot available for some coaching with me, and I can help you get your coaching business going. I can help you get that steady stream of clients into your business and get those processes in place. Also working on some of these energetics that we have been talking about this week, so that you do experience more well-being, more ease and enjoyment as you create your coaching business. All right, lots of love. Bye for now.